masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, welcome back. Hope you're good, hope you are well. Welcome, it's the last official calendar race setup. Let's get into it. So, racing as George Russell, 5 lights. You know the drill by now, or at least you should. It's 5 lappers to show you just what the setup is like, how the setup works, how the setup feels. Then the setups at the end. Absolutely not fussy on this circuit as I lock the rears, which is quite surprising really considering how wide the brake bias is. But yeah, not a fan of this circuit, not gonna lie to you guys. Not as bad as Las Vegas though, as I just get absolutely smashed by Carlos Sainz. Yeah, don't know why, not a fan. Not as bad as Las Vegas though. I really dislike that one. But yeah. So, onto the setup then. As we go through the hotel section. Car feels great. If you know when to push it and when not to push it. It works really well. Really well indeed.
Let's use overtake and burn
But
off some of this energy.
wings working in harmony. Car behaving as well. It doesn't seem to want a wheel spin like it usually would. But you know, sector 1, start to sector 2 is the easy part. The hard part is coming up at the end of this DRS straight, and that's simply because of the bumps. Like, I don't know if these bumps are intentional, but they really can throw you. Starting with this one, then this one, car feeling bumpy all the way around here, and then there's a massive one right here. If you ain't careful and if you run too low a ride height, you're just going to bottom out and the car's going to be thrown, especially when you're league racing as well and you've got a lot of dirty air. Guys are going to really need to watch out for that. Really need to watch out for that. But I'll take a 25-0. Don't know what the actual AI are doing. Not particularly bothered. But as you can see with them fighting at the start of the race, absolutely legged it. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind the initial opening, initial part of the circuit. But the end of sector 2 with those bumps, like I said, I'm not sure if that's how the circuit is in real life. I'm not sure if this is what even Codemasters intended, but I wouldn't have thought cars, you know, I wouldn't have thought in the real world that cars that are so sensitive to stuff like this, I mean, the car just feels like it's on such an uneven surface and you're driving through here, it's nuts. And like I said, I wouldn't have thought this circuit in the real life is like that. I don't ever recall seeing the cars bounce around so much like that there. But that's what it is.
Gap to your teammate behind is 5.6 seconds.
we'll get on to France, Portimao and China as soon as I can. There's a lot of rears again. Got plenty of time though in it. But yeah, we'll get on to them next, and then I'm going to do the wet setups, and hopefully by midway through doing the wet setups, the F2 cars will be released, and then we can crack on all that. I think Verstappen's finally pulled some clean air. Like I said, bumps and everything are nuts, and if you ain't careful or battling, you know, in a league race, you could quite easily hit that bump and just go skidding on and taking out a fellow racer. I know they are investigating Codemasters.
Okay, this is your final lap.
I know Codemasters are investigating bumps at certain tracks, I think Vegas. Obviously the setup is coming up at the end of this lap. If you find a setup that doesn't quite work for you, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get a workaround, to try to help in any way, shape or form. And yeah, we'll go from there. But let me know what you think of this setup and all the others in the comments. Love actually hearing the good and the bad, because we can always improve, and I'd rather be told that my setup is rubbish, you know, if it's rubbish, then it's just amazing, because that way then I can just constantly keep trying to improve, keep trying to make it better, keep trying to help you guys win more and more races, you know. But this has been Abu Dhabi, the last official calendar race, and this has been a blast, considering it's one of my least favourite circuits. But stick around for the setup, do all the good stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Catch you in the next one.
Another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
There's a few contenders, but George Russell definitely stood out, I think. A really solid drive from him today, and one I'm sure the fans enjoyed.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Abu Dhabi. So, it's a very difficult circuit. It is what it is. There's a lot of straights, there's a lot of twists, turns. You need a mixture of downforce versus low downforce. You have a long left-hander at the end of the second DRS straight, which has a massive bump in it. You have to take yourself through that without spinning. It's quite difficult, quite a difficult circuit. I hold my hands up. Not a big fan of Abu Dhabi, but it is what it is. Onto the aero, 27 on the front wing, 25 on the rear, and yeah, just got to send it. Transmission, I've gone with 50-50. You can run 52-50 if you like. You can go up to 55. Somewhere around there helps kill the wheel spin but for this setup in particular, I've gone with 50-50. Right, left. On the suspension, going with 29 on the front, 9 on the rear. Kind of a bit like Las Vegas. You need the mixture of turn in versus not so much on the rear. It's just difficult. Even at the end of sector 1, you've got the left-hander hairpin, and you need as much turn in as you can. You could even put this higher. You really could. Me, I prefer the 29 though. But yeah, 29.9 for the suspension. Going with quite a stiff front anti-roll bar. It's not as stiff as can be, but it is quite stiff. Going with a little bit of stiffness then in the rear. That's not a lot though, considering you could go a lot higher. Ride height 36-38. The reason why the ride height is so high compared to other circuits is, like I said, there are I think there are at least 3 bumps in the circuit. It's the long left-hander at the end of the second DRS straight. Then you have one as you go into the hotel section. You have one right there as well. I mean, you could put that up to 38-40 if you wanted to. The bump can really throw you, especially if you're running low ride height, and you're going to need to be careful. But this is what I've gone with. It seems to work. It works perfectly for me. But again, if you guys are running this and it doesn't work for you, let me know. I'll get some workarounds and we can go again. On the brakes, I am kind of standard at the minute. 100% brake pressure and then 58% on the brake bias. During the race, I'll move this up, I'll move it down, I'll move it back to front. But yeah, kind of in the middle. And again, this only applies to those using ABS off. Onto the tyres. The front right tyre seems to get heavily loaded as well with this setup. So I've gone with a smaller pressure on the front right. So 22.9 on the front, 20.3 on the left. I've gone with 20.3 on the front on the rear right, and I've gone with 20.5 on the rear left. As the rear left doesn't seem to be loaded at all, and it drops by at least 2 psi. Oh, it did whilst I was testing this anyway. It's been Abu Dhabi. It's the last official calendar race. I'm not a fan, but I wasn't a fan of Las Vegas either. It is what it is. But yeah, do all that good stuff, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. On to France, I think, next, is it? I'll get France done ASAP. But take care, guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.